Hello and welcome to the video. For this one, I was outside. I had to go get some tools. I'm trying to disassemble some stuff because I'm going to be moving soon. And I thought to myself, maybe my viewers would like to see what tools I have with me in the truck in case I have to do any roadside repairs or anything. So I got everything organized here. And let's start with wrenches. The socket set here is an Evercraft 3/8 socket set. It's got both metric and SAE. It's got star shape. It's got hex shaped sockets as well. This has been through a lot and it's held up very well. Only thing that's needed replaced in here is both 10 millimeters, the long and the short, went missing and needed to be replaced. So this, if I didn't mention, I've had it 5 years and it's still holding up. Coming up here, we got Craftsman wrenches. These are just some regular old wrenches with an enclosed part as well, and star shape inside there. This is overall a nice set of wrenches. I use these to take off battery cables. I don't use them very often though, because I have this big set down here of gear wrench ratcheting wrenches. This has got pretty much every size I could possibly need. Not sure how many piece set this is. Probably at least a 32 piece or so. There's a lot here. But these do all the wrenching that I need that the sockets won't do. That's where these come in usually. Some specialty things like this. This is a set of line wrenches from Craftsman. These are very strong wrenches and I really like this set. These are some of my favorites that I have. I've used these to take brake lines off, and when there's certain nuts and bolts that are just extremely tight or rusted on and I'm worried about stripping them off, I will pull one of these out and use this to help me avoid stripping them off. So those line wrenches ended up coming in handy for more than just that brake line job. Here I've got a 1/2 inch socket, ratchet. This is from Stanley, and I've used this for certain sockets that I have that are 1/2 inch. I do have this. This also relieves tension from your belt tensioner pulley on the Cummins engine as well. So I could either use this or this 1/2 inch breaker bar. I don't recall the brand of this breaker bar. I just got it recently. I got it off of Amazon. It doesn't say on the bar itself, but it seems pretty nice and I'm happy with it so far. More wrenches. Got our small adjustable and our large adjustable. This one's even got some measurement on it so you can see how wide that is, what the diameter there is. I think this is a Master Mechanic wrench. This was like a $40 wrench. Pretty big though. We've got our little set here. This is 5 years old. I got this at Walmart. This is a nice little set. We've got a screwdriver style with a ratcheting in, and we have a T-style, which has come in handy. I'm not sure how many times I've used this. A lot. This T-style, very handy. We've got some small socket sizes that wouldn't be in my socket set over there. And we've got some Allen, Torx, Phillips, and flathead bits here as well. We've got our Allen keys and some special ones that have helped me on the Cummins through the years. At some point these, were useful, and I found these somewhere, so I've included them with the set and keep them with me in the truck since they did have a purpose at one point. Here's a little 1/4 inch drive. This comes in handy for removing your fender wells and things like that take real small bits. I've also got a Torx set here for them. So that's always handy. These are some other special things for the Cummins. Big axle castle nut. This is a 3/4 inch drive, 1 3/4. This is not the exact size of the castle nut, but it's close enough that it still works. So I've used this to remove axle castle nuts in the past on the Dodge Ram. Here's one for your front drive shaft. You need this long one. This is an Allen bit socket for the transfer case, and this one is one for the G56 transmission. Here's a 1/2 inch to 3/4 adapter for that big socket. And then these have all been useful to me in the past. This was used on my ball joint job. One of these was the proper size for the Moog nuts, and the other one was the proper size for the XRF, which I replaced the Moogs with. So both of those came in handy, and they're 1/2 inch. And this one here is for the back of your wheel bearing hub assembly. Those are torqued down very tight, and so I got a 1/2 inch version of that to take off with my breaker bar. So miscellaneous stuff. We got some funnels down here on the ground, assorted funnels. I got so many funnels. Those 3 are the ones that stay in the truck though. We've got an oil filter wrench, gloves with rubber on the inside. We've got hammers, 3-pound hammer, drop forged, sure built, drop forged 3-pound hammer. This has whacked a few things through the years, no doubt about it. Here we've got a 1-pound sure built rubber mallet. We have a pickle fork and an assortment of screwdrivers, flatheads and Phillips, and Torx. These screwdrivers are here. These aren't all the screwdrivers I have, but these are the ones that have come in handy on the truck through the years. So I've collected the ones that were useful, and I keep them with me out in the truck. Got some hose clamps, just in case you need to clamp a hose. I've got a big C-clamp for decompressing brake calipers. This is an Irwin clamp. I got that at Lowe's. Here's a small adjustable. I already went over that one. We've got a nice little wood block and 1/2 inch to 1/2 inch extension, long one. And then we've got our sprays and our anti-seize, gasket maker, 2 different kinds, brake clean, PB blaster, and WD-40. And we've also got this from the jack stand. That was there to remind me that I do sometimes bring the jack stands and the jack with me as well, especially on long road trips. And finally, we got our torch over here. If I need to heat anything up, heat up some bolts. Maybe there's some red Loctite that really needs to be heated up to loosen it. It's a propane torch, and it's just got the basic tip on it that you would light with a match or a lighter. And actually, here's one more thing, the brake bleeding invention. So we got this brake line. I don't want to, maybe a 1/2 inch line, but perhaps 3/8 for our brake calipers. And this cap, which I drilled a hole in, this goes on a smart water bottle. And what you do is you stick this end down in the brake fluid, and a little bit of brake fluid in the water bottle, and you connect this end to your caliper. You elevate the water bottle higher than the caliper, and you can bleed your brakes by yourself if you need to. So that's why I have that as well. And some blue Loctite. I think that's everything. That stuff right there gets me out of 95% of situations on the road. Any repair or maintenance that I would have to do, I can do it with this set of tools. I don't need anything else beyond this. So, thought y'all would find that one interesting. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one. I will see you in the next video.